All right, this is Seneca Harris here with the Urban Coalition of Freelance Writers. You can check us out at www.myspace.com/UCOFW, or you can check us out at www.youtube.com/UCOFW. Today we have the privilege to talk to Alexyss K. Tylor once again. She is the author of Vagina Power. She has her YouTube channel on YouTube, and I strongly urge you guys to check it out. It's a privilege to have you here once again. We did an interview about a year ago pertaining to the phenomenon in our community, not only in our community, but in general, dealing with the download. But today we're going to be dealing with the state of the African American community. So many times we talk about Black History Month, we talk about Black history, Black this, Black that, but really we're going to talk about today what is the true state of our community and what does Black really mean. And Alexyss, thank you for giving us your time today. We're going to jump right into this, and my first question is, when we talk about the Black community, what does that constitute in your opinion, and what is the state of this so-called Black community that we talk about so much today?
I think it's the same as it was. When you talk about the Black community, you're still dealing with a lot of levels of groups of people, thoughts of some states of consciousness. Mm-hmm. So, of course, it's still heavily influenced by the Black church and Christianity and Jesus Christ and religion. And then we have a large conscious movement where the people are supposedly more conscious and elevated than the regular religious people that have the kind of the old school mentality as far as diet and being a vegetarian and juicing and cleansing your body, doing bowel irrigation, colonics, changing your thinking to raise your vibratory frequency. It's on religion, naturally study Kemetic teaching, and learn about the true history and science of our people, which comes from Kemet, as well as dealing with our Native American heritage. So it was to be politically aware and working to elevate the consciousness of the community, and still dealing with a high rate of HIV and teen pregnancy and Black-on-Black crime, single parents, a lot of Black mothers still raising children by themselves, a lot of our men and young boys being systematically targeted to be arrested and given high sentences for petty crimes or basically drug-related crimes, because many of them are being put in prison not for crimes against society, but for crimes against themselves. Because many of our boys are on drugs, so they are hurting themselves by being addicted to drugs and then involved in crimes that will feed a drug habit, or prostitution that will feed a drug habit. And the same rate for our girls, and the high rate of teen pregnancy, so as well as high school dropouts. So there are a lot of issues that we have and have always had. It seems to be getting a lot worse.
Right. So, this kind of leads into my next question. What is, when we talk about Black issues, and a lot of times we quote unquote look at these so-called Black leaders that are supposed to be the voice of the people, do you think that the so-called Black leadership of this country, have they failed us, or are they kind of being caught up too? Are they being fooled too? Because I notice a lot of times with the Black leadership, it's pretty much with them, they're not really addressing the concerns of our people. They're just pretty much trying to look for, they're in the spotlight trying to get their fame and fortune. So do you pretty much think that the Black leadership in this country, are they a joke in your opinion, or are they really speaking to the issues of our people in this present day and time?
Well, you really have to understand the structure of the system. They're doing what they're allowed to do within the confines of the system. So them are being paid to promote promote a certain agenda, or keep people as they are. And you can't expect to get on television or be inside of a system that does not support or perpetuate the elevation of a group of people or even solidarity among a group. And they've always thrived on having that group have a divide and conquer, a crab in a barrel mentality. How can you expect there to the powers that created that structure and have the menticide mentality and the suicide and genocide mentality among a group of people? Because it says statistically they are saying that more black women have abortions than many of the women. So you're saying they are benefiting very much off of this. And Margaret Sanger, that's behind Planned Parenthood, created the clinic for abortions to help black folks kill themselves. And they're also making money off of this because there are a lot of products that are created from black aborted fetal tissue. It's not totally destroyed because it's so powerful, and there's so many things you can do with it. One is stem cell research, where you can actually grow back spinal cord tissue for people that have been paralyzed through some type of injury or birth defect. So why would that system allow people to be in a position of power in media that are going to help eradicate that problem? So I can't really pick at them or attack them, make fun of them. They're only doing what they're allowed to do. A lot of them are willing to sell out for money, fame, and recognition.
Yeah, and that kind of, when I look at this whole situation dealing with healthcare and Obama and all this quote unquote bipartisanship, like in politics, it's like, it's really funny how, like, when the Republicans were in office, they got everything passed that they wanted to get passed, even with the Democratic majority. But it's kind of funny that this president, this so-called black president, Obama, he has this so-called power to do, pretty much one of the most highest, picking my thoughts together, pretty much he has one of the highest powers in this country, and he can't get anything passed. So to me, it kind of puts in my mind, are we as powerful as we think? And at the end of the day, like you said, it's just like, he's just another black man just like us. They're not going to let him get in there and do what he wants to do, so that is a good point. So another question I had is, you kind of touched on this already, because I've seen you do videos on black economics and pretty much how outside entities can come into our black communities, and they can set up businesses that really don't cater to our needs and pretty much exploit us. Because I've seen, we've all been to like gas stations and liquor stores and check cashing places where they pretty much prey on our people. And when we go into these businesses that are in our black communities, we get inferior services. We get treated like second-class citizens. So what can we as a people, how can we stop this trend? And what do we need to do to keep the money in our community, keep the businesses that we need, or bring the businesses in our community that are going to benefit us?
I mean, it's simple. Stop buying from them.
Yeah.
Keep the money in your pocket, because that's the only reason they can stay in your community. But I haven't seen the black people go in their community selling at no store, because they're not going to buy nothing from your ass. They're going to cook their own food for their own people, and sell it to their own people, and then people are going to come in the restaurant and support them. We don't do that as a whole.